finished interpreting the inspection and you've added the recommendations that are required, and you've finished your interpretation comments, and you've checked all of the measurements and ensured that everything's all right, it's then time to release the inspection and generate the reports. The first step is to release the inspection, and that's just simply by clicking the release, and this inspection will then be marked as interpreted. After that, you can generate the PDF report. And I'm going to switch to an inspection that's got a lot more images so that we can give you a good example. So this is an inspection that's been released. As you can see, it's got interpretation comments, it's got measurements, it's got images for nearly everything, and it has a couple of recommendations here to adjust the tension on the right and left side chain. We can then produce a quote or a condition report, or we can send the report directly via email. A quote is simply a quote. It includes the recommendations without the condition report. Here's the quote here. You'll see that it has the equipment details, the meter readings, and the 2 recommendations that I put in. They're saying that they should be done now, and although we won't gain any hours, we'll stop the wear rate increasing, and the prices. The other report you could produce, which is the one that you'll generally use, is the condition report, which is the PDF. If you wish to generate the report so that you can view it before you send it, or so that you can download it and print it, you just click the PDF button. Once the report's generated, you then have a PDF of the full condition report. It includes an image of the actual equipment, and this is the image that I've put in for this equipment. But on the mobile app, when you're out in the field, you can actually take a photo of the actual equipment and put it in here. It shows the position of all the track rollers. We count all rollers from the front to the rear, so position 1 is always at the front. It shows whether the rollers are single flange or double flange, the shoe width and shoe type if they've been entered, the track sag, dry joints and cannon extension, as well as scallop measurement. The next section includes the wear percentage graphs, and this is showing you all of the components on the left and right side with a graph of their wear rate. The next chart is once again all of the components on the left and right, and then all of the details of the inspection, including the measurements taken, the date it was taken, the tool that was used. Your reports may look different to this. These reports are fully customizable, and many customers have all sorts of different reports. So this is the standard default report, but yours could look very different. The next section is the track sag, dry joints, scallop and cannon extension. And if you've taken any comments or images for these particular measurements, this is where they'll appear. And the next we get the comments and the images for all of the components. So this is the link left and right, the bushing, and these are all of the images. If you haven't taken a photo of one of the components, it won't appear in this section unless you've recorded a comment against it. The last section of the report is the recommendations. You'll see that we have the left and right recommendations, and this is where we put in the recommendation for the adjust tension on the chain, and there's the cost. Total cost of $350, labor was $250, miscellaneous of $100. Once you're happy with your report, you can send it directly to your customers or to yourself, to your email, or to anybody else you need to. Once you're ready to send, just click send report. You can create multiple reports, which down here is where we have each report is called a quote. We've just created one, so there'll only be one available, but you can actually create multiple reports from the same inspection. You'll see that it's got 2 recommendations. You can choose to send the condition report on its own or include the quote report as well. And then you can add recipients. It's got my account selected by default, but we could add another account, and we want to send it to Bob. And it's bob@test.com or something like that. We add that. And now when we click send, this report will be sent to me and to Bob. Click send and the report is automatically generated and emailed. So once you've sent the reports, the next step will be, if any of the recommendations have been followed up on, is to add the actions that have been taken based on those recommendations or any actions that were taken otherwise, and we'll cover that in the next video.